Hey folks, and especially hey Rebecca from TikTok. This video is dedicated to the girl whose timeless, classic beauty proves the world is not a cosmic accident, for only a divine mind could create those divine bangs. Today, we're tackling a big question. Does God have to exist for logic, science, and morality to make sense? That's what the transcendental argument for God, TAG, claims. Philosopher Alex Malpass wrote a paper trying to poke holes in it, but I'm here to show why this critique doesn't hold up. In the spirit of Greg Bonson, we'll keep it simple, hit his main points, and see why TAG still stands tall. Let's dive in. Okay, so this is the article. It's the problem with TAG on WordPress.com. I think the user's use of reason is Malpass. So for point one here, the bicycle analogy. Malpass starts with an analogy. He says TAG claims Christianity is the only way to explain things like logic. But just like you might ride a bike with one leg, other worldviews could work too. He argues TAG hasn't proven there's no alternative. So why he's wrong? TAG isn't about checking every possible worldview like a to-do list. It's about the foundation. Imagine bikes. You don't need to test every bike to know they need wheels to roll. TAG says logic, reason, and morality need God to work at all. Without him, no worldview, Christian or not, can explain why these things exist. Malpass's analogy misses that it's not about how you ride, but why the bike moves. Point number two. Infinite worldviews. Next, Malpass says there are endless possible worldviews, and TAG can't possibly knock them all down. He thinks this sinks TAG. Why he's wrong. TAG doesn't play whack-a-mole with every idea out there. Instead, it shows that all non-Christian worldviews have the same problem. They rely on human autonomy, trying to explain the world without God. But if we're just cosmic accidents, why trust our thoughts? Every non-Christian view crumbles because it can't justify logic or truth. Malpass wants TAG to fight infinite battles, but TAG just points out the one flaw that all worldviews share. Point three, the Michael Jordan analogy. Malpass compares TAG to Michael Jordan, claiming he's the best without facing every player. He says TAG hasn't beaten every worldview, so it can't claim victory. Why he's wrong? This totally misunderstands TAG. It's not about outscoring opponents. It's about the game itself. TAG says logic and reason only work because God made them. Like how basketball needs a court and rules. Every worldview, even Malpass's, uses these tools. But without God, there's no court to play on. He's swinging at shadows while standing on Christian ground. Point four, autonomy doesn't fail? Malpass admits TAG blames autonomous reasoning, thinking without God, but says we haven't proven it leads to problems. Why he's wrong? Because thinking without God does lead to problems. If humans are the final authority, how do we explain universal laws of logic? If your brain is just random atoms bouncing around, why trust it? Autonomy leaves you with no anchor. Everything's subjective. Only God, the rational creator, gives us a solid foundation for reason. Malpass wants proof, but he's using logic he can't explain without borrowing from TAG. Point five, demand proof strategy. Finally, Malpass says we should admit our view might be flawed and demand TAG prove no other worldview works. He thinks this dodges the issue. Why he's wrong. This is a sidestep, not an answer. TAG already shows no worldview works without God because they all lean on autonomy, which can't hold up. It's like saying My boat's sinking, but prove no one else's floats. Meanwhile, Malpass is arguing with logic he can't justify without God. He's stuck proving Tag's point. So, to sum up these devastating critiques of Malpass, so he misreads Tag. Malpass thinks Tag has to refute every worldview one by one, but it's about showing God is the necessary foundation for all reasoning. He's fighting the wrong battle. Autonomy crumbles. He downplays how human autonomy, or reasoning without God, can't justify logic or truth. That's the fatal flaw in every non Christian view, and he sidesteps it. He proves Tag by using logic to argue. Malpass relies on what only God can provide, undercutting his own critique. It's a self inflicted wound, y'all. So, in closing, why does Malpass miss the mark? He treats Tag like a checklist when it's about the foundation of all thought. His big critiques, bicycles, infinite worldviews, Michael Jordan, 23, ignore that without God, no one can explain logic or reason. The knockout blow, he uses God-given tools to argue against him. Tag isn't just a debate trick. It's the truth. Without God, nothing makes sense. Thanks for watching and drop your thoughts below.